Okay, let's go to my math lab. It should open in a new window. There we go. And we want to, the first time you go, you will need to go here and register as a student. So you click on register, and the very first thing you enter is the course ID, which is McCormick with the I don't think it's 5 or 6 digits that follow. Then you click on continue, and you will create a username and password, as well as give them your email address. Again, what I recommend is that you go ahead and use your Blackboard username and password, and also make sure you enter your Germana email address, but make sure you enter it correctly. So that's where you go to register. Then once you've registered, you click on the sign in button. Okay, and as you can see, I teach a lot of courses where I use my math lab. The course you're looking for in your list is a Math 240 online, spring 2013. And this is the ID that you'll be entering, and that's how they know to make this course appear. So I'm going to click on the course link, and so now we are inside the Math 240 course, and this is where the bulk of your materials will be located. So if you come here and you see that you haven't gone to Blackboard to do everything, I have a welcome announcement that will direct you back to Blackboard. Alright, so the first time you come in here, you need to go to the Start Here button, and you need to do the browser check. So you'll click on this. It will take you through and check to see that your browser is correct and up to date. Also that your plugins and players are up to date. If not, it will give you the option of installing those. So you want to do that. Also, and I believe, let me see if it's on the homework page. Okay, I don't see it there. Somewhere, hopefully we'll come across the place where you can look at the information on how to enter answers. I was thinking it was the homework. Announcements, again, that brings us back to the announcements page. The assignments are organized by week under the assignments button, and so what I have is for week 1, for example, I tell you what to do on the Blackboard site and what to do here on the My Math Lab site. And so you have to do a student information lab. You have to do a discussion board as part of that lab, and you have to do the orientation homework. So notice how this links directly to the labs, and so the student information lab is the very first one. So you would click on that, and I have it as a document, both saved as a Word document and as a PDF, and you click on the one. I recommend that you save this to your computer and complete it. And then when you go to save it after you completed it, simply insert your name prior to the name of the lab. For example, you could say McCormick Lab 1. And so, or McCormick Student Information Lab 1. So that certainly would be fine to do in this case. So you're going to fill this in. When you get to number 6, you can either highlight it, or if you can't get your computer to do that, if you're taking your tests at Fredericksburg, just delete the other 2 selections. And the last thing you'll be doing is typing your self-introduction. If you want, you can copy that and paste it into the discussion board. You do have to put that in the discussion board. So once you have completed it and saved it with your name, a file to attach, you want to browse your computer, locate that particular file, and click on it to put it in here. And you can say, Mrs. McCormick, here is Lab 1, or anything that you want to say there. And if you click on save, it will save it but not send it to me. I won't be able to access it. So you want to make sure when you're done that you click on submit. Okay, so let's go back to the week 1 assignments. Discussion board. Under the discussion board button, you'll go to do the discussion board portion of the first lab. It's under the forum called Meet Your Classmates. See if we can get this to open without taking too long. Okay, it looks like it's going to delay, so we'll look at that when we get to the discussion board button. And then to go to the online homework, you see you have a list of all the homework assignments for the semester, and the due dates are over here to the left. They're due at 11:59 p.m. And let me just choose a homework here that'll have some numbers in it. Okay, now some of these you'll notice have little film strips to the right. Those are indicating there's a video clip. So let me go to question 4 here to show you what this looks like. Now, in some cases you're going to have multiple choice questions. That's what this particular question has. Other questions, and let me see if I can find one that doesn't have multiple choice. Some of these in the earlier. Okay, so you type in the number in this case in order to solve that. Now, for these questions like number 2, you have a number palette or a math symbol palette to the left. If you need to enter a fraction, you click on this. It'll put a fraction in here for you to fill in. A mixed number, an exponent, absolute value, square root, nth root, subscript, and then ordered pair, and then they have more. So make sure you check that out. If you get to a problem and you're not sure how to do it, you have 2 options initially. You can ask for my math lab to help you solve it. That's option number 1. It'll take you through the question step by step. Then when you go to answer the question, it will give you a new question. Okay. And then view an example will give you a different example, and then you'll get the original one when you go back. So for example, I would want to add up the numbers here. Let's see, 1 plus 5 would be 6, plus 3 would be 9, plus 5 would be 14. Let's check my answer. Okay, so it was marked wrong initially, but I can keep doing problems until I get it right. It's important to use the help buttons here. Also, if you get stuck, you can view a video. You can go to the ebook. This will take you to the section dealing with the histogram. StatCrunch is going to be a way to calculate. I prefer that you use your calculator rather than the StatCrunch. And your last option, after you've tried all of these and none of those have helped you understand the answer, you can click on this and ask me. I will get an email with your question and a link directly to the problem you're asking the question about. So very nice help buttons over here on the right, and then of course our number palette on the left. And you can see how these would progress. So okay, changes will affect your score. You'll see that. You can practice without changing your score, but most people do want to change their score. They want to improve it. So that's the very first one, the homework. And you can see we go all the way through chapter 8. Actually, we do chapter 10 early on. So that's the assignments button. Week 2 is actually a little bit more like normal weeks. You're going to be, I list the assignments first, then I list the learning outcomes, and these come from the course outline for that particular chapter and section. So you can see I have linked these to the various parts of chapter 1. Lecture notes for week 1 are located there. You want to print those and then go to the recorded lectures and sample problems. So you'd print the lecture notes for 1-1 and 1-2, do the lecture and the sample problems for those, print the lecture notes for 1-3, and then view the lecture and sample problems for those. Excuse me. Okay. And here's a link to your online homework for the that week. Then of course you have quizzes. This links directly to your quiz button. So that's where they're organized by week. Calculator has all sorts of calculator information. There's a graphing calculator tutorial from the publisher, which has excellent. It requires that you input certain things, click on certain things in order to do those. I also have links to, these are printed directions that I made up that you can put in your notes. And then I have links to atomic learning videos for the calculator. And when you go here, you have to log in. So as a student of Germana, you get to enter, and it's the username and password are both GCC. Once you log in, then you on a computer each day, or each time you use it. So, and that's a video with audio that you can watch. And these are very short. They're about 3 minutes each. So, same for descriptive statistics and so forth. In some cases, I did not have atomic learning videos, so I just have print the sheets for these last few. But they do have them under the graphing calculator tutorial, so you can see that the publisher has covered just about everything there. So that's the calculator button. Course information, I've got to update. Oh, it looks like I've got the syllabus in there and the testing center passes. So that's located there. Discussion board. Hey, I got in it pretty quickly. Under this, there's an Ask Your Instructor forum where you can post general questions about how the class functions or about content. Personal questions should be addressed via email. Meet Your Classmates is where you post your self-introduction for the first lab. Lab 2, you have a discussion for the experiment design that's located here. Lab 4 has a discussion for the 5-number summary. I have a discussion for the simulation lab. And then I have a couple of other places you can go. One is to ask for help from other students, and the student cafe just for general discussions. The ebook is located under this button, and you simply go to the chapter that you want and the section you want, and you can open the multimedia. I'm not sure I've got to renew my access. So, but that's where you would locate if you're using the ebook. Here's the exercise set for that section. There's tutorial exercises that you can do. These do not count towards your grade. They also have video presentations they've made for each of the sections, so you may find those are helpful in addition to the recorded lectures I've done. Okay. Faculty info is again the same thing that I had in Blackboard, basically. The information on how to contact me. The homework button takes us to the homework, and we've already looked at what those look like. Labs button, again,